everyone. The time to love is here. Let these troubled days be done. Hey, folks. Yeah, Kenya. I won a talent show, as a matter of fact, man. I was singing one of my songs called Show Me the Way. Good morning, Eric. Everyone, thanks so much for joining us today. Hey, on Wisdom Wednesday, for the next 12 weeks, we're going to be doing some powerful stuff. But this is Dr. Herbert Harris. It's Wisdom Wednesday. And this Wisdom Wednesday, we're going to be doing a walkthrough. I have a webinar coming up on October 25th. And it's called Making the 12 Universal Laws of Success Work for You. And I'm going to be sharing with people how to use these success laws to get what they want. I mean, I wrote this book for a reason, and the reason was to give people the tools that they need. And also a part of that whole piece, I'm looking to train other people to teach from the book. We have the workbook, we have all the curriculum laid out, but folks who want to get into the arena and start teaching other people about how they can improve their lives, about how they can use the principles in this book to change their lives. And you can get more information at, we have a website set up for it. It's called Success Lessons, www.successlessons.net. And you can register for the course. It's like 4.5 hours, but it's going to be transformative. You get a certificate, and lo and behold, you'll be ready to make the 12 universal laws of success universal. So let's take a look today. The first law is the law of thought. And the reason this is so important is this. I'm going to read it to you. The first law of success is the law of thought. Thoughts become things in accordance with the nature and feeling that you have about the thought. More personally, your thoughts manifest in your life experience in accord with the emotions and feelings you associate with those thoughts. The scripture says, "For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." I make it universal. For as they think it in their heart, so are they. Let's make it personal. For as I think in my heart, so am I. And to think in your heart means how you really feel inside about a particular thought. Which emotions and feelings are associated with the thought? Give you an example. Think about this. All of us say, "Oh man, I want to be rich. I'd like to be a millionaire. I'd like a 6-figure income." But then you say it, that's the thought. But then inside you don't feel worthy of it. Inside you have that gnawing old emotion. Oh man, you have failed at everything you've tried. The only thing you've mastered in life is failure. And this is going to end up the same way. It's not going to work. And so when you have that negative feeling inside, no matter what you're saying, what manifests in your life is concurrent and congruent with how you feel. And so you'll be doing all the motions, but inside you don't feel worthy. It doesn't happen for you. There's a beautiful scripture. It says, "Where your treasure is, your heart is also." Your heart is the center of your true feelings. It's always focused on the things that are important to you. Your value system, how you feel about yourself. There are two aspects of a thought. There's the rational aspect. In other words, the statement of the thought itself, the words. And then there's that feeling aspect, the personal feelings you have about the thought. This is where we undermine our efforts, folks. Reverend Ike said, "What you recognize in your thinking." So in your thinking, I recognize abundance. I recognize a great life. You energize in your feelings. And so now when you say, "Oh, abundance," and I feel it. I feel like I'm a millionaire. I feel like I deserve all the good things in life, man. I want to live in the house. I want to have the car. I want to have the love. I want to feel joy inside. But it says what you energize in your feeling nature, you realize in your life experience. And so if you're afraid of failing, in other words, many of us are entrepreneurs, right? And we decide that we're going to go out and build a business. First, you got your friends who tell you, "Oh man, not again. Here we go with another scheme, Herbie." You go out to build a business, you get that close-up criticism. Then you decide, I get beyond that. And then you think back like, man, I've never really been successful. And then that negative fear comes in that I'm afraid of failing. And what happens? You fail. So the thought and the feelings are critical. Your self-image. Now listen to this. How you see yourself in your own eyes determines what you get out of life. Self-image is your own conception of yourself. It is the mental and emotional picture you hold in your own consciousness of who you are, what you're about, and where you're going. Your self-image is important because it is the starting point of your life experience. So if you see yourself a winner, you feel yourself a winner, you begin to attract winner things into your life. Michael Jordan was, I saw a quote from him, and he was saying how, at the end of a basketball game, and it's like 1 point down in like 3 seconds, and nobody wants to take that shot. Nobody wants to take that shot because inside they don't see themselves as the one who gets it. They just like, man, I don't want to miss, and they let failure keep them from shooting. Michael Jordan said 29 times he was entrusted with the last shot and missed, but hundreds of times he was entrusted with it and he hit it. So how you see yourself, you have to see yourself as a champion. You have to see yourself as a victor. You have to see yourself as the one who gets the prize. Now, some of the things that affect your self-image are your thoughts. In other words, if you surround your life and your mind is filled with negative thoughts, that undermines your efforts. Your environment. If you're in an environment where everybody's negative, everybody's talking about what they don't have, where they're not going, who's in jail, who did, no good. And also your associations. Birds of a feather flock together. If you are hanging out with 5 broke people, guess who the 6th broke person is? You. So, your thoughts, your environment, and your association affects your self-image. Now, one of the interesting things about this, we often hear people say, well, I have a poor self-image. Because if you have a poor self-image, you're only going to attract negative stuff. You're going to attract lack and limitation. So in this chapter on the law of thought, we have a whole section on 5 signals of a poor self-image. And many times, most people don't want to acknowledge, like, oh man, I have a poor self-image. But you have to kind of look at it from the side. See how it works that way. So 5 signals of a poor self-image. If you see any of these in you, then you know it's time to change. Number 1, putting the blame on someone else. By putting the blame for your circumstances on someone else, you don't take responsibility for what's happening in your life. But then the other side of that is if you don't take responsibility, you can't fix it. Yeah? Running away from your problems. When you're confronted with a problem, there are 4 things you can do. You can flee it. You can run away from it. You can fight it. Say, oh, this is not a problem. Everybody's broke. You can forget it. Avoidance. Pretend that it doesn't happen. Or you can face it. One of the things you'll learn in this book and in the course that we're teaching is anything you face, you can grow through. If you don't face it, you can't grow through it. 3rd key of a poor self-image is criticizing other people constantly. Ooh. Are you a criticizer? Are you criticizing other people in a constructive way to uplift them because of true care? Or are you criticizing them because of jealousy and envy? If you're always criticizing, if you're always comparing yourself to other people, that might be a signal of a poor self-image. Number 4, waiting for someone else to solve your problems. Woo. As long as you're waiting for someone else, guess what? They might be waiting on you. So you can't get out of it unless you take responsibility for it. And then the worst key is pretending that everything is okay. Just tooling along. I'm just chilling. Somebody's going to take care of the rent. I'm just chilling. Somebody's going to pay the light bill. I'm just chilling. Somebody's going to change my life. Never happened. So I wanted to cover this period, and we're going to wrap up now with the final piece is, if your self-image is the starting point of your life experience, then can you improve your self-image? And the answer is yes. There's a whole section on how to improve your self-image. Be honest with yourself. Don't deceive yourself. Until you're honest with yourself, you can't fix it. Develop your imagination. Your imagination is the blueprint for your future reality. And you see, nobody can steal your imagination. If you can dream it, you can do it. Be able to relax. You know, we go through a cycle where we push hard and then you got to relax. You got to get your rest. You got to give yourself a chance to clear out. As a farmer, you know, every 7 years they don't plant a field to give it a chance to recover. You got to be able to recover. Have that winning feeling. Remember, Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest. When you have that winning feeling that you'll be victorious, that you will accomplish the things you set out to do, nothing is impossible. Cultivate good habits. Oh my goodness. In the beginning, you make the habits, but in the end, the habits make you. Aim to be happy. Every morning, you should get up with an attitude. This is going to be a great day for living, sharing, being alive. Today is a great day, a magnificent day. Health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money come to me in great abundance. Wow. Unmask. This is one, baby, that's a heavy-duty one. Sometimes you might be living the life that somebody else defined for you. You might be living a life of somebody else's expectations. Have compassion. Feel good about other people. Grow from your mistakes. Acknowledge your weaknesses. Be yourself. But the main key is to never stop growing. And so that's really the essence of the first law of success, that the law of thought, that your thoughts control your life. Your thoughts determine how you feel about yourself. But you can change your thoughts to reprogram your life so that you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire. This is Dr. Herbert Harris. I invite you to join us in this webinar. You need to register right away. And anyone who registers today, this day, anyone who registers today, I'm going to send you a free success toolbox. That in itself is a $97 value. I'm going to send you a free success toolbox. So go to our website, www.successlessons.net, www.successlessons.net, and register so you can learn, practice, and master the skills in this book so that you can create the life you desire. And not only that, if you want to teach others and help empower other people, join us on this journey. Go to our website, www.successlaws.net. And I say this: be what you want to be, do what you want to do, have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. And so it is.